Greetings, good people. Thank you for clicking on the video and welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday, everybody. It is November the 11th. The year is 2021 and Britney Spears' conservatorship has officially ended. Hooray! So congratulations to Britney Spears. I'll be touching on that. Wendy Williams, of course, I have a update, okay? And this is all alleged. I'll get into that, the state of her health, what's going to be happening with her television show, when she possibly will be returning, who's going to be taking over, all of that good stuff. Now, did you guys hear about Pleasure P from Pretty Ricky? He's one of the members of the group Pretty Ricky. Well, his son is being accused of something extremely heinous. So I'm going to touch on that as well. We got a Nicki Minaj update. Her lawyer is not playing games, okay? And sending out threats and pushing back and putting his foot down, okay? So before I get started, please come on in, get comfortable, pay your admission fee by hitting the like button. Thank you in advance, okay? You can also sound off in the comments, okay? Now that the church announcements are over, before I get into those juicy topics, let's give a happy birthday or happy anniversary to Little Kim the Queen Bee, okay? So her debut album, Hardcore, all right, debuted 25 years ago today, November 12th, right? Back in 96. What a time to be young and aware of what you were listening to. So what are some of your favorite tracks from the Hardcore album? So congratulations to Little Kim. She's still relevant today. She may not be making as much music as we would like her to, but she definitely is a staple in hip hop. And yeah, so shout out to Little Kim and happy anniversary to Hardcore, child. I remember I almost lost my life, okay, when my mama caught me reciting the words oh so proudly to Big Mama Thing. My mother was not happy about that, okay? So shout out to Little Kim, okay? Now, I hate to do this transition because this transition is so petty, no pun intended, but this is next on the freaking lineup, okay? It's not shade. So Page Six is reporting that Nicki Minaj's lawyer threatens her husband's accuser with sanctions, okay? This is serious, and this is very interesting how this is all playing out, right? What do I want? I just want a trial date, and I just want this to go to trial so that evidence can be presented, and we'll take it from there. But in the meantime, there are a lot of things that have to happen before we get to trial. Do you guys even think that this is going to make it to trial? What do you drop that in the comments and share your thoughts, all right? All right, so the article reads that Nicki Minaj's lawyer is threatening her husband's alleged victim and her attorney with court sanctions, claiming that the pair filed a disgraceful lawsuit in an attempt to get rich and famous. All right. So you guys know who this is. This is Jennifer Huff, and you already know the situation between her and Nicki Minaj's husband, Kenneth Petty. Okay, no need to get into detail. So Minaj's attorney has sent a letter to Jennifer's lawyer, Tyrone A. Blackburn, threatening to demand that the court sanction them both because he claims that the suit is full of obvious mistruth. Now, there is a lot of talk about Tyrone Blackburn being like a clout chaser, and he's a clown. You know, he was associated with T.I. and Tiny's alleged accusers, and that fell through, right? Nothing really became of that because of the statute of limitations, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, Tyrone Blackburn is not being taken seriously, I guess. He's always talking to the press. That's one thing that I have to say I don't really care for. You know, he's in shade room comments. He's in these Instagram blog comments, and it's a little bit unprofessional, in my opinion, right? So judges basically can make attorneys and their clients pay fines or slap them with other punishments known as sanctions for failing to follow procedures or abusing, the justice system. Okay, in papers sent to Blackburn, Minaj's attorney, Judd Burstein, said that this case is a disgrace filed by a lawyer who, in pursuit of some cheap publicity, rushed to file papers asserting outlandishly false allegations against Minaj, which have absolutely no support in the law. Meanwhile, Burstein, that's Nicki Minaj's lawyer, accused Jennifer Huff of dragging Minaj into the case because she's looking for a big payout. If you guys are unaware, she is suing Nicki Minaj and Kenneth Petty for millions of dollars. Now, I think that that's more so Tyrone Blackburn wanting that money. I think Jennifer, I don't know if she's really looking for a payout. She has said in interviews that she just wants to be, quote, left alone. So, this is, Tyrone Blackburn is trying to make a name for himself. But she doesn't have a gag order, Jennifer, that is. There's no gag order placed, on her. So she is going to speak to certain media outlets. Do I think that's a good idea? At this point, no. Maybe early on when you were trying to get this information out, okay, you used what avenues that you could at the time to get this information out. But I think now, I do feel that you should be very selective of the platforms that you speak on, right? You're on Clubhouse, you're still over on YouTube, you're on Twitter Spaces, if I'm not mistaken. It's just a lot. Let your lawyer do the talking. Maybe she doesn't like the way that Tyrone Blackburn is handling things and she feels like she can speak for herself. But again, there is no gag order in place. So, yeah. So, what else? They reached out for comments. Blackburn told Page Six, Bernstein is, using this tasteless. Tyrone Blackburn basically said that Nicki Minaj's lawyer is using this tasteless tactic to distract people from the obvious of Minaj and Petty. And he says the public is not going to be fooled. Like, he even sounds like a character. So that's him on the left. This is when Jennifer Huff appeared on The Real and told her story publicly on a major platform for the first time. She has done interviews with individuals on YouTube and other social media, platforms. So I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. Like I said, I just want this to go to court. And I just want any and all evidence to be presented. Okay, let's just present the evidence. All right, let me shift gears really quick to Wendy Williams. Okay, so Michael Rappaport hosted this week. He did okay. He was tolerable. I don't really care for him per se. But he did all right. Andy Cohen was on the show, and it's like, ugh, these two, yuck, Anyway, next week's supposed to be Steve Wilkos and Jerry Springer. And I said before in many of my updates, what's going to happen after that? When is Wendy coming back? So it doesn't look like Wendy's going to be coming back for the remainder of the year, right? That's allegedly. I don't know how true that is, but that's what it's looking like right now, right? Now, as far as Wendy Williams making a decision to improve her health, there's whispers going around that Wendy Williams is going to be looking a little bit different upon her return. And by different, I mean she's going to have a little bit less breasts. Okay? Yes, I said it, breasts. So allegedly, Wendy Williams has removed her implants. When I heard this, I said to myself, I hope this is true. If you guys have been keeping up with my commentary, at the beginning of all of this, about when Wendy didn't return right away for season 13, I emphatically made mention to Wendy having, Graves' disease and her thyroid issues, right? Also, Wendy used to dip and dab, dip and do it, if you know what I mean, in things, and that can affect her health significantly, right? And then I mentioned, I wonder if Wendy Williams' breast implants are giving her problems, because she, on the show, said herself, they're supposed to be changed every, few years or however many years, and she decided not to, recently, not too long ago, not to change them or not to swap them out or whatever. She said the girls are doing just fine, but I wonder if because of her pre-existing health issues, her breast implants have added to her health issues, right? So there's whispers that Wendy Williams has already removed her breast implants. If so, I'm happy to hear that. And I know that probably is very hard for her because Wendy Williams cares a lot about her image. When she got her boobs done, it just turned her into like a more confident, seemingly so, woman. Okay. So that's one thing. Also, Sherry Shepherd, I call her Lunchpad McQuack, but she did do a great job. I was going to say good, but I'm going to give her props. She did a great job when she hosted last week for Wendy Williams. So much so, everybody raved about it. Everybody wanted her back. Well, you guys know that Sherry Shepherd, she has a job, and she also has a podcast, and she kind of let it slip recently on her podcast that she is going to be coming back to host for Wendy for the month of December. I think that that's a great idea. Sherry Shepherd's energy is great, especially for the holiday season. So for the month of December, I'm pretty sure they're going to be very festive, high energy. You know, Christmas is a time of cheerfulness and joy, you know, high energy. Sherry Shepherd is perfect. And then Wendy would possibly come back in January or sometime next year. So that's part of the reason why I guess the recovery is taking a little bit longer, because allegedly she removed her implants. So if that's indeed true, like I said before, I'm happy and I'm wishing her a healthy, recovery. So good for you, Wendy. And I hope that she'll be okay. Okay. I hope that she'll be okay, because I really do think that those implants were adding to her already, existing health conditions, right? So we're still going to continue to wish Wendy well, okay? All right, so let's move it along. Oh, this is a terrible story, because I remember when news broke of this incident, and now we kind of have a face, a suspected face to the person who actually did this, right? So Pleasure P's son is accused of taking somebody up out of here and leaving them on a freeway. So Marcus Ramon Cooper, who's 17, is being sought for the alleged roadside of Tyrone in Fort Lauderdale, Florida on October 8th. Okay, so Marcus, the son of recording star Pleasure P, is being accused of taking somebody up out of here. As of present time, or as of press time, 17-year-old Cooper was still being sought by police for the alleged roadside situation of 24-year-old. Why does it seem like they're just repeating the same thing over and over again in the article? Now, this happened on October 8th. So a warrant was issued for the teenager's arrest on November 1st, right? The Miami Herald is reporting that authorities believe Cooper was riding in the car with Tyrone. I don't know if it's Tyrone or Tyrone. Forgive me. There's no E on the end, so I don't know. We'll just say Tyrone. So Pleasure P's son was basically allegedly riding in the car with Tyrone, heading east on Interstate 595 when he ordered the older man. Tyrone is 24. Pleasure P's son is 17. He ordered him out of the car, popped him several times, and left him on the shoulder of the highway. Okay, Cooper should be considered armed and dangerous, and the investigation into the homicide is ongoing. This is what the Broward County Sheriff's Office said in a statement. Cooper's father, Pleasure P, whose real name is Marcus Ramon Cooper Sr., has been touring the nation as part y'all need to stop. Touring the nation as part of the singing group Pretty Ricky, performing in front of sold-out audiences on the Millennium Tour. All right, I was just hating. I'm just saying. Now, let me tell you something. This is the Neighborhood Talk posted this onto their Instagram. This is Pleasure P talking about the situation, right? Before I play this, let me say this. Pleasure P has a history of being arrested for all types of crazy stuff, right? Not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken, I talked about this on one of the Hot Topics shows. It was in the summertime. Pleasure P pulled up to a Checkers drive-thru. I guess they didn't make his champ burger the way he liked it. I don't know. He ordered a whole bunch of food, and I guess they were taking too long. He was drunk. He was behind the wheel of a car. He was drunk. Pleasure P, right? He started being belligerent with the attendants at Checkers, the workers at Checkers. They called the cops. They shut the window. Cops came, gave him a breathalyzer, arrested him, and impounded his car. And prior to that, he had gotten arrested for something. He was drunk and being belligerent. So he has a history of with the law, you know, run-ins with the law. Now, I'm not saying that his son is guilty, and I'm not saying his son is innocent. But when you see this video, you'll understand why sometimes him, especially, you should have made someone give a statement for you. A lawyer, hell, you could have got your next door neighbor. You know what I'm saying? To write something up and speak on your behalf, because this was a hot mess. Like to hear it? Here it go.
Okay, I'm not gonna cuss anymore. Why would a 17-year-old be around a 24-year-old? And no disrespect to that family. Like, no, because we want to get to the bottom of this. I just want to make sure mine innocent. You understand what I'm saying? He is 17. They making him out. They said, they put on the news like, oh, he left him on the side of the road like he's a dog. And this and why would a 7? Bro, my son don't want for nothing. Never wanted for nothing. 17? Why would he shoot a 24-year-old? Talk about that. Let's talk about this, bro.
This is exactly why the police are looking for him, to question him. It's called an investigation.
Oh, and let's get all of the facts in straight. Let's get all the investigation straight. What's going on? Something is missing.
What's missing?
Why would my son be in a car with one person that's 24 years old, and why would he shoot him? No, it's a lot of more factors that's left out, and they don't.
If you look at the comments, you see somebody's telling him to be quiet, don't say much. He drunk. You could tell he drunk.
Not want to give us all the information. That's what my lawyer been trying to get, and they don't want to get it to us. But tomorrow, I ain't gotta be quiet. Tomorrow, I got another lawyer that I just hired. I got the best in the business. So y'all better pray up, cause y'all ain't finna do mine like that. I'm gonna go out to the end about mine, bro. To the end. I don't give a fuck. That's my son. That's my blood. Y'all know right now, we're going to the end. That's it for me. This is it for me. Pleasure P is checking out about his kid. I am checking the fuck out. All the shit, all y'all posted the shit, but y'all ain't posted when I was acquitted of the checker shit. Oh, that's.
See, this is my first time seeing the entire video. He just talking about, you were acquitted of the checkers. You were drunk. They impounded your car. You were arrested. What are you talking about? I mean, granted, if you, let's say you were acquitted, I didn't follow up with the case, but it didn't, you failed the breathalyzer. You were behind the wheel drunk. You could have killed somebody, bro. Like, wow.
You know, no, y'all want to report my son, bro? My 17-year-old kid? Y'all ain't supposed to be reporting him. So anybody that's did, bro, I swear to God, it's on God. It's on, bro.
Making threats. Anyway, you get the gist of what he's saying. So this is the person who's no longer, here. It's just really, really, really sad. The mother of his son's alleged victim is mourning her child, obviously. She says she just wants justice for her son. He was not a bad person. He was not a bad kid. For them to take my son's life and gun him down and left him like a dog on the side of the road, that wasn't fair. This is something that no family wants to go through. Okay, this is what the victim's aunt said. This is sad. It's sad. I don't know what's going to happen. None of us do. But here's my question. How did they know? Like, what caused them to say, okay, he's a person, Junior is a person, Marcus Jr. is a person of interest? If it was just two of them in the car, let's say it was just Tyrone and Marcus in the car. He ordered Tyrone out of the car, did what he's being accused of doing and drove off. How did he drive off? Like, who was driving? I don't know. Needs to be some more information. It's very interesting that they would just pick his Pleasure P's son out of nowhere. Somebody had to drop a dime, is what I'm saying. I just want to know. But condolences to this young man's family. This is sad. It's absolutely positively sad. And Pleasure P, as a parent, I can understand he's frustrated, he's scared, he's upset. But getting drunk and going on social media and talking ish is not a good idea. Um, he's probably mourning himself, grieving himself. I don't know. It wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look, and yeah, condolences to that young man's mother. That's absolutely crazy. And I remember hearing this story when it first happened last month, in Florida, and now it seems like they're making some headway. It's a effed up situation. It's really a effed up situation. All right, let's shift gears. CNN is giving up-to-date coverage on Britney Spears' conservatorship being terminated. Okay, so a judge has terminated Britney Spears' 13-year conservatorship. In September, Judge Brenda Penny suspended the singer's father, Jamie Spears, as conservator of her estimated $60 million estate and designated a temporary replacement, right? So, my gosh, Britney, 13 years? 13 freaking years. So her fans were outside of the courtroom. Let me tell you something. If that conservatorship didn't end, I think them fans was going to tear ish up, because they have been standing by her side and supporting her for 13 years. So Britney Spears said, "Good God, I love my fans so much. It's crazy. I think I'm going to cry the rest of the day. Best day ever. Praise the Lord. Can I get an amen?" This is what she wrote on Instagram. This is her Instagram post. So they're saying that she does not have to have a psych evaluation. To be a medical evaluation will not be required for Spears. This is according to the judge. So the next court dates are scheduled for December 8th and January 19th. In January, the parties will discuss a petition for substituted judgment, according to the judge. The ruling marks the end of her father, Jamie Spears' management over the singer's estate, which included him making health and medical decisions for Spears until 2019. That's crazy. So assets will now be transferred to Spears' temporary conservator to the singer, from Spears' temporary conservator to the singer's trust, is what a judge said. And they don't have to do a medical evaluation. Well, that's good. So she basically has gotten back control of her life. And let me tell you something right now. I know Gayle King, Oprah, all of them are throwing their hat in the ring to get this exclusive interview. And I'm happy for Britney, and I believe that she is going to sing like a freaking canary. Oh, man, I cannot wait. So congratulations to Britney Spears, sweetie. I know it's been a tough road. Her father, you think she's gonna like pursue legal action against her both her parents? Child, I am waiting for that interview. I want to see and I want to hear what Britney Spears has to say about her family. All right, royal family, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. So to recap, Little Kim, do you remember where you were, how old you were when Hardcore dropped? I certainly do. Shout out to Little Kim. 25-year-old album. Longevity in the game. Nicki Minaj's lawyer, he's putting his foot down. He said he ain't playing with Blackburn or Jennifer, and they are making a mockery of the legal system. What do you think about that? Pleasure P's son, he's a person of interest, and the authorities are looking for him. I just want to know, did they get a tip, an anonymous tip? Why are they seeking him in particular? You know, what information were they given to say, yes, this is our guy? And where is he? He's on the run, it seems. And Britney Spears, her conservatorship is over. Wendy Williams, what do you guys think about Wendy Williams returning without her breast implants? Can you picture it? Are you happy that she's actually getting them removed? Do you even care? What are you still watching the Wendy Williams show? I am. And again, Sherry Shepherd is supposed to be guest hosting in December. Now I wonder, see that little slip, I wonder if they'll be like, nah, we can't let you host now. They're so desperate for ratings. They definitely put her in Wendy's spot until Wendy returns. So we shall see. All right, royal family, that's all I got. Ain't got no more. If you haven't paid your admission fee, you still have time to do so. Hit the like button, drop down in the comments, and share your thoughts. I greatly appreciate it. All right, I'm signing off. I love you for watching. And as always, until next time, peace.